Good afternoon, students and families, and welcome to Victory Middle School and our Kodiak Kickoff event. My name is Trevor Morris, one of your assistant principals. The purpose of our Kodiak Kickoff event is to first and foremost welcome our new incoming sixth graders and new to West Ada, new to Victory Middle School students. We are excited that you are going to be joining us here for the 22-23 school year. So the purpose of our Kodiak Kickoff event is to share what it means to be a Victory Kodiak with you. It's some of our policies, some of our procedures, some of the faces that you are going to interact with in and during your time here at Victory Middle. So with that, we are going to jump into a few introductions of the people that you're going to see supporting you this school year. First up, our principal at Victory Middle School is Mr. William Shoemaker. Your other assistant principal and administrator of instruction and achievement, Mrs. Leslie Yingling. And as mentioned before, my name is Mr. Trevor Morris, your other assistant principal and administrator of student support. So just to kind of make sense of our unique titles, while Mrs. Yingling and myself both support all students and all staff members in our building, we do have unique duties lists. So just kind of broad view, if you had questions or concerns with anything related to student safety, student conduct, student discipline, or building safety, in general, you would direct those questions towards me. And if you had any questions related to your student's grade or curriculum questions or things related to the instruction and or achievement of your students, you would direct those towards Mrs. Yingling. And last but certainly not least is your sixth grade counselor, Miss Kirsten Thomas. With our introductions out of the way, let's transition to what it means to be a Victory Kodiak. We use our Kodiak way to describe our standards and our expectations for both students and staff here at Victory. Our Kodiak way states that students and staff are responsible, respectful, safe, and kind. You're going to see various examples in the different areas of our building, whether it's the hallway, the restroom, classrooms, or even the cafeteria, of exactly what it means to display these various characteristics. So you'll become very familiar with the Kodiak way because we believe that these foundational beliefs help set all of us up for success while here at VMS. So students, your first opportunity to begin to practice the Kodiak way is on our first day of school, which is Tuesday, August 23rd. It is, I know, both a very exciting day and one where students and teachers and even myself can feel nervous about, but just know this, we are all in this together and we are all going to figure it out on that first day of school, which again is Tuesday, August 23rd. Some logistics about the first day and beyond as far as the schedule goes. What time can I arrive to school? Parents, we are asking that you not drop your students off until 7:55 on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and 8:15 on Wednesdays. Classes start at 8:20 on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays, and 8:35 on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are a little bit unique for our teachers because they are collaborating with their professional learning communities on Wednesdays, which is why we start just a little bit late. Students, once you do eventually get to campus, there are 3 places that you can go. You can go to the cafeteria and hang out or eat breakfast that's provided by the school. This year is a little different. It is no longer free, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. Or you can go to the main gym or aux gym. In the morning, we have what is called First Bell, which will ring at 8:10 on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and 8:25 on Wednesdays. And it's at that First Bell, students, that you can head into the hallways and then eventually go to your lockers to store your stuff and then prepare to go to first period. And then at the end of the day, Monday through Friday, school is going to end at 3:05. And we are asking that all students be off campus by 3:15, and that simply comes from a campus security stance. If you are involved in an after-school activity, whether it's sports or a different activity, then you need to be wherever that specific activity or sport is meeting. So moving on to what your day will look like, kind of from a step-by-step perspective, students. On Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, all students will start the day in what we call advisory. You may have heard it referenced as something like homeroom in the past, but here at Victory we call it advisory. So every student has been assigned an advisor for the school year. So again, on those 4 days, advisory is the first class that you will go to. It lasts 20 minutes and is crucial for kind of setting the tone for our day. You're going to hear school announcements. You're going to get school-wide lessons. You're going to participate in different culture building lessons as well. So it's a unique 20 minutes that we are fortunate to have each day to, again, set us up for success for that coming day. From advisory, students will transition to first and then second period. And then between second and third period, we have what is simply called break. So break is an 8-minute period of time, followed by your 4-minute passing period. So in total, it's 12 minutes where students can simply take a break. You can take a nutrition break where you can come down to the cafeteria and get food if you need to, which can be purchased. Or you can just simply take a brain break and hang out in the hallways for a few minutes preparing for third period and then the rest of your day. Transitioning to lunch, we have 3 grade level specific lunches, all lasting 30 minutes each. Our 8th graders eat first during 4th period from 11:23 to 11:53. Our 7th graders eat during 5th period, which is 12:12 to 12:42. And then our 6th graders eat during 6th period, which is 1:01 to 1:31. Just a couple specifics and details about lunch. Students always have 2 options provided by the school, which is the hot lunch option for the day. And if students do not want that, then we do have a peanut butter and jelly option. Students can choose once they get to middle school wherever they would like to sit. We do not require students to sit with classes specifically, much like is the case in elementary school. Students are required to stay in their seat and in the cafeteria for the first 10 minutes of lunch. And then after that period, we start to go through our dismissal process to let students outside if they are done eating. During that time, just a few other things, students are not permitted to take any food out of the cafeteria with them. So you got to make sure that you're done eating your lunch before we start to dismiss. Students are or have the opportunity to check out equipment that we provide to them. And then lastly, once we get outside, we have boundaries for students within our campus that we will cover with you guys on the first day of school. Continuing with a few things just related to student schedules. So this is an example of what your student schedule could look like. So you have class periods listed as well as the specific class, teacher, and room number that those classes are in. And once we have finished our presentation here, you're going to have time to go and walk the campus, potentially meet some teachers if they're here, and really map out your route from class to class. The note that I did want to put in here is just kind of trying to read our even and odd schedule. So the way that we rotate electives, students will see an E and an O, which just stands for even and odd. So for example, on August 26th, which is an even day, you're going to see 5th period with an E in parentheses. And if it's an even day, that's the class that you attend. The next day, August 27th, for example, you're going to see 5th period with an O next to it. And that would indicate that you need to go there if it is an odd day. So parents, students, as we're kind of mapping out our routes today, try and pay attention to those even and odd days. For our 6th grade students, we have what we call exploratory. So this is a system designed to give 6th graders as much exposure to as many classes as we can. So our exploratories change per quarter, and they include exploratory art, exploratory family and consumer science, digital tools, and keyboarding. Music and PE alternate every other day, and our music choices are band, orchestra, general music, and choir. If you are a student who is going to ride the bus, just a few logistics about busing, our bus zone is located behind the building on the north side, so that's opposite of the main doors. In the morning, students are going to get dropped off in the bus loop, and then we are going to have students walk from the north side of the building up to the front and enter through the front doors in the morning. And then after school, we are going to have all students who are riding buses exit through the back doors of the building. And there's a few different locations of where that might be based on where your classes are. The nice thing is that we always have staff members on the north side of the building helping to assist students to make sure that they know where they are going. Moving on to lockers. Lockers, I know for a lot of people can just be a challenge, especially if we've never done it before, number one, or if we haven't done it for a while. So students, just keep in mind that we are all in this together. We are here to help you figure out how to open your lockers. We have a number of teachers who happen to have a locker key. If we just can't figure it out, we are going to find a way for you to get into your locker. So we're going to give you plenty of time to practice and feel very comfortable with how to operate your locker. So if you're a little bit stressed about what that looks like, Again, take a deep breath. Don't worry. We are going to make sure that everybody is comfortable and learns how to open up their locker. We have included in your packet directions on how to operate a padlock. And we do recommend, if you are not familiar with it at all, that you even go and purchase one from Walmart to practice. Our cell phone policy at Victory is very simple. From 8:20 to 3:05, we want students to be able to focus simply on what is happening in the classroom and within the school. So because of that, we ask that students store their cell phones in their lockers during the day. So again, from 8:20 to 3:05. If for any reason students do need to contact home, make a phone call, they always have access to the phone in the main office. Additionally, the preferred behavior, if a student knows that they are expecting a text message for whatever reason from a parent or a grandparent or whoever, when they need to stop at their lockers in between classes, so during passing period or on their way down to break or something like that, then they are permitted to check their phones at their locker, but that is the only time. If a student does happen to take their phone with them to class and they are caught with that cell phone, please be aware that the phone will be confiscated by the adult and sent to the office until the end of the day. We also have a mandatory requirement that all students have on their person and wear their student ID badge. The preferred method is to have it on a lanyard and around your neck so that everybody can see it. The primary function of a student ID badge is for building security. That badge lets everybody know that you are supposed to be in our building during the day. Additionally, you use your student ID badge for a number of things during the school day. If you do not have your badge on you, for example, it makes it difficult to purchase lunch. You have to go to a separate line where you have to give our nutrition staff your student ID number, which takes more time. You cannot check out sports equipment during lunch if you do not have your badge. You use your badge to check out various items from the library that if you don't have, it just makes it very difficult. So again, for all of those reasons, we do require that students, you carry your student ID badge on you and that it is visible during the day. Just a few different things on the various fees that you'll encounter as a middle school student and or parent, and then how to pay for those things. So our bookkeeper is available during the school day. If you do happen to come in and want to see our bookkeeper related to some fee, you have to pay cash or check only. If you want to use a credit card, your fees and what those fees are for can be explained on myschoolfees.com. The different kinds of fees that you might encounter in middle school could be things like fees for sports, yearbook, activity card fees, or potentially instrument rentals. We are very fortunate to be a one-to-one school, which simply means that every student at Victory Middle School gets their own laptop checked out to them. Now, with a laptop being checked out to you, there is a responsibility factor that comes along with that, because once we check it out to you, it is up to you to make sure that it is used properly and that it is taken care of. So through the lens of the Kodiak Way, being responsible with your laptop means students should bring your laptop charged every day to school. So make sure when you go home, you have some sort of process where you plug it in at night and it is ready to go the next day. Being kind, students should report any form of inappropriate technology use, including your own. Make sure you monitor yourself and you are only using that laptop for school-related purposes. Being respectful, laptops should be handled with care. Being safe, students should carry their laptop in the case that the school provides for you or a personal one that you happen to purchase. Device protection, additionally, because we know accidents happen even when we are trying to follow the Kodiak Way, can be purchased for $25, and you enroll for that device protection through PowerSchool forms. Part of our mission here at Victory Middle School, as we start to round out our presentation, is Partners in Learning. We are here to partner with you and your child to provide the best experience that we can while they are in middle school. So questions and concerns are going to come up, and we're going to partner and work through those things. What we ask is that you address any of your questions and concerns with the specific person that question or concern pertains to. So if you have a question about something that's going on in class, please reach out to the teacher first, or whatever the scenario is. And if there is not a satisfactory resolution at the end of your conversation, then go ahead and move up and contact administration, and we will ensure that a satisfactory resolution is met at that time. Additionally, our primary form of communication each week to all of our stakeholders is our Kodiak Family Update, which happens, again, every week on Friday. So look for that for important dates and updates of things that are happening within the school. Next up is just kind of an explanation of what the rest of the day will look like for you. So for, again, incoming sixth graders that are in here with us and then new students to our building, we have some printouts for you to help you kind of get acclimated to the building. So we have a scavenger hunt that you can work through. We have hard copies of schedules printed in the aux gym. Additionally, in the cafeteria, we have a few different tables set up with information should you want it. Information about athletics and activities, information about nutrition services, busing, PTSO will be in there to greet you. So it is self-paced and it is self-guided. If you have questions, we have a number of teachers here who are volunteering their time so that you can get to know them and interact with them. Administration will be walking around. So if you have any questions, please stop and ask any one of us. And with that, thank you for attending our Kodiak kickoff in preparation for the 22-23 school year. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we are beyond excited to begin this school year with you. Enjoy your self-guided tour, and students, we will see you on the 23rd.